Welcome to Go Mommy Fitness. Y'all, I am Chiquita. I am mommy, nurse, owner, and personal trainer for Go Mommy Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video today. So I want my channel to not only, sorry y'all, this is the dishwasher, not only be about just my physical fitness, but I really want this to be just wellness in general, your whole self, your mental, your physical, your eating, just your spiritual, your everything. And I realized that I've only been sharing with you guys my physical fitness journey, some food, but I haven't really let you guys in on really anything else in my life. And to know me is to know that I am growing my relationship with God. I am getting to know God, and it has been it has been like one of the craziest experiences that I've ever had. Honestly, I grew up going to your traditional Baptist church. So, I grew up with a little bit of religion. I remember that in childhood, we really didn't have to go when we got older. So I've just pretty much been on this journey, and it's just been me and him, and I really hadn't had anybody to kind of guide me through that. But my grandmother, she's deceased and has been deceased for some time. I recall her level of faith. And that is what I hope to attain by developing and growing my relationship with God. She had this incredible faith, just this incredible gift of hearing and of knowing, and she was not afraid of spirit. She would talk about that a lot. It always creeped me out. But I don't know why my dishwasher keeps making that noise. But either way, you guys are gonna have to hear it. Sorry, I'm not getting up. But yeah, she had this incredible gift and was never afraid of death, never afraid of spirit. And I hope to attain that one day. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I was given a word, and I just want to share it with y'all. Maybe it can help somebody too, because it was such a blessing to me. And for me, when I hear God, I hear him in my ear. He speaks to me through dreams. He speaks to me through other people. So it really can come at any time. So this particular word I received was through a dream. And in this dream, I was going to this place of business. It was to handle something on behalf of my daughter. She apparently had signed up for a program, and they told us or led us to believe that it was one thing, and then when she got to the program, it wasn't what they explained to us that it was going to be. So I wasn't upset in the dream or anything like that. I was just going to the place of business to kind of get some dialogue and see what we could do about it. So I get to the place of business. It's me and my 3-year-old. This was on behalf of my oldest. So, but she wasn't with us. It was me and the 3-year-old, and we get there, and the employees of the establishment, when I asked for the lady in charge, which is who I received the information from to begin with, everybody was kind of taken aback. Like I had the boldness or the audacity to want to speak to her, as if that was a complete no-no, right? So everybody I went to, I'm just asking to speak to her. So they'll give me a little bit of information, and I'm like, okay, cool, but I still need to speak with her. She'd come, she would dialogue with me and send me over to someone else. They give me some more information, and I say again, okay, cool, but I need to speak to her. So at every turn, or every person that I spoke to, they kind of gave me the same reaction. Like, nah, we don't do that here. You don't get to speak to her. But I stayed in my boldness and was like, no, I need to speak with her. Still not angry, still not upset. I'm just literally walking in boldness, if that makes sense. So finally get to her, and for the last time, and I said, hey, you explained to me that this program would be XYZ, did you not? And she was like, yeah. I said, but we get here and it's this. I said, so, she's already been a part of it for the 2 days. I'm fine with that. I said, but for the rest of the days that, I think it was 1 day. 1 day, I'm fine with paying for that. But the additional couple of days that she doesn't want to attend, I just like a refund. So she's telling me, no, they don't give refunds, and she's not going to give me a refund. And I was like, even after you agree that you misled us into coming to this program. And she was like, yeah, we don't do refunds here. But so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Thinking to myself mentally, God's gonna handle you. God's gonna get you. I don't know why I kept saying that. God's gonna get it. God's gonna do it. Don't worry about it. I wasn't saying it to her, but I was saying it mentally. So I'm walking out the door and I'm like, that's fine. Look, y'all have an amazing rest of your day. And she was like, well, I can't give you a refund, but I can give you this tote bag. And I thought that was very bizarre. It was like her brand and it was a tote bag. And I was like, no, thank you. Saying again mentally, God's going to get you. And she was so offended. She was like, yeah, listen, you don't want my tote bag? And I was like, don't get it twisted. I love me a good tote bag, but no, I don't want your tote bag. Thank you. And I walk out the door. So walk out the door, and with my 3-year-old in tow on my hip, and I'm trying to get back to the car. So I go to where we park. My car's not there. And I'm like, I know I parked here. Where is my car? Walk up and down the parking lot. Couldn't find my car anywhere. So although I know I didn't park it anywhere but there, I decided, because where this place of business was located, it was like in a stretch of a shopping center. So I said, okay, let's go walk behind the shopping center. And so that's what we did. We walked behind the shopping center, even though I knew that I didn't park there. So her and I walking, in the back of the shopping center, which was fine. It wasn't like an isolated space because it was like businesses on the front and businesses on the back. So I'm walking, and I hear this commotion behind me. And as I turn around and look at the commotion, there is this one man that's running, and then there's a group of men chasing him. So I began to run. Y'all know how we do. When you see somebody run, you run. So I began to run, and I eventually get into this little nook area where I could go into it. It wasn't a store, it was just a little space. So I ran in there, and the guy that was running from the group of men, he ran in there too. So I was like, oh shoot, nah, they looking for you. I gotta get out of here. So baby still in tow, we get out of there. And the dude's running there, and I hate to tell this part of the dream, but they attack him, and I kept running. So get to the point where I couldn't go anymore, and I go inside the shopping center. And when I reach inside the point where I'm inside the shopping center, I see my bestie, my best friend, my sister D'Amber, and I see 2 other guys that are friends of my older brother. They're walking up this way, and my sister is this way, and I'm kind of meeting her, walking up to her. Get to her, and she has these little balloons in her hand, and they were for me. Apparently it was my birthday. I don't know when it became my birthday in the dream, but when I walked up, it was my birthday, and they were waiting for me to arrive. So at that point, here I'm confused. Like, first of all, I'm a January baby. It was whole summer outside. So as the dream is going, and that wasn't making any sense to me. A bunch of other events happened, but I'm only going to stick to this part of the dream. So I'm going to end it there. So usually when I have dreams, I'll write them down. So if I get a word about them later, I'll know, how to connect it. But I didn't write it down. I thought about it and I thought about it and I was like, what in the world? This was so bizarre. I didn't understand. And finally, I picked up the phone, called my sister, my bestie, and every time I discuss one of my dreams with her that I don't quite understand, it's like in that moment, that's when God gives me the word. So the part where I was in the place of business and, the folks weren't cooperating, that was a message to me to walk in my boldness because I haven't been doing that. To continue to trust God and to know that He got it because He does. And a lot of times I try to do things on my own and I try to lean into my own understanding, and that is not the way I should be living. So that part of the dream, that was the word for that part of the dream. The next part of the dream, about me not finding my car was gone because He did not want me to leave. I wasn't supposed to leave. And what He gave me about that was, if you leave, you are going to miss your gift, which is what made the whole birthday scene at the end make so much sense. So I was so blown away, like, gosh, if I leave, I'm gonna miss the gift. But leave what? What is the gift? What am I supposed to do? So I still have several more questions, but I started to think about what is going on in my personal life. So if you don't know at this point, I definitely want Go Mommy Fitness to be my career. I definitely want to leave my 9 to 5. And most days get to the point where I'm like that close to leaving. But God said, no, if you leave now, you're gonna miss your gift. And it was while I was trying to figure out what part of life that was for, that's when He told me it was for work. If I leave work now, I'm gonna miss the gift. I don't know what the gift is. I don't know what the gift is, but I am going to lean on that faith and lean and depend on His understanding, because He sees ahead and He knows what He has for me. I don't know what He has for me. He only gives me bits and pieces, and it's just enough for me to be obedient. It's not always enough for me to understand, but I have to keep pushing forward. And I thought this dream and this word and this revelation was such a great opportunity to share with you guys, because I make moves. I wonder if y'all can hear that rain. It started raining. I'm sorry, y'all. When He asks me to do something, I just want to do it, and sometimes I don't agree, or it just doesn't make sense to me, and I'm just like, but God, I'm so stressed, I'm so tired, I'm so burnt out. But apparently, I have to hang in there because He has a gift for me within that. So that just gave me a new breath of life. It's still stressful, but it gave me so much more motivation to hang in there, because now not only do I want to be obedient, but I want to see what the gift is, and I want to see what He has planned for me beyond this point. And I don't want to deviate from that plan, because when His hand is on it, it's always greater than what we can accomplish for ourselves. So I just wanted to share. And also, I want to share this. I've already started to see movement at work. I've already started to see changes. Um, and maybe that's something that I'll explain later when it all comes together. Maybe there'll be a part 2 to bring everything together. But I just really wanted to share this, and I hope that it blesses somebody, and I hope that it encourages you. We don't always want to do what God is telling us to do, but trust me, He has a greater plan. His plans are so much better. So take it into prayer, and just start leaning in your faith. All right. So that was it. That's all I want to share with y'all. I just wanted to let you all in on that part of my life. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And like this video, y'all. Leave me a comment. Share this with somebody who needs to be encouraged or who needs to be reminded. And oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Something else that something else God had to remind me of was to remember the promises He gave me. So I'm actually like sitting in one of His promises to me. I never wanted to be a homeowner, y'all. That was just not a desire on my heart. I didn't care about it. It wasn't important to me. But for some reason it was important to God. So, He told me to pray for a house, and I prayed for a house. I was very specific in my asking, and I want to say that was around September, October-ish. And by January of the following year, I had a pre-approval for a home. No, in September I was denied. I want to say after that He told me to pray, and then after a couple of months after that, I was in the process of getting a house, and He had to remind me, remember what I promised you, because His word doesn't return to Him void. Obviously, I'm sitting here in it. So when you are in those situations where you become discouraged or you become distressed or you become so stressed out with what you see and your circumstances around you, you got to remember the promise. So I wanted to share that little nugget with you too. But again, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a little bit long, but it was on my heart to share. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, make sure you like it. Leave me a comment if you feel led to do so. Please subscribe to my channel, and I promise I will share more aspects of my life with you as I'm permitted to. And what else do I say to you guys? Thank you so very much for watching. As always, I love you guys. And in the meantime, go mommy.